Hello YouTube, we have an unboxing today. Got a Newegg box with some of the stuff I ordered. Packing peanuts. Yeah. These are annoying as hell to clean up, tell you what. This is I bought a graphics card and it was recertified. It was a recertified GT240 1GB of video RAM, and it came with a free Iron Man 2 DVD. So, lol at free DVD. Oh well, I'll watch it, see if it's any good. Maybe sell it. If I don't like it. Although I probably will end up keeping the DVD. I don't know. It depends. I'll have to watch the movie first. But let's put that aside. Is there anything else in here? Nope, just an awful lot of packing peanuts. And an inventory list. Yep. There's the GT240 and the Iron Man DVD. There you have it. Now, let's take a look at this graphics card. This is a recertified graphics card. Inspected for quality, apparently. So hopefully recertified will work better than seller refurbished from eBay. Because that clearly was a bad idea. Actually, it wasn't a bad idea. The cards were fine. It was just the fact that those particular cards that I bought have a problem as far as solder goes. Pull this thing out. There we go. Cool. Of course, it comes in bubble wrap. And here we have it. An EVGA GT240. It looks absolutely beautiful, actually. This is the 1GB model. The heatsink is a little different than the 512 meg model that I bought. I think it was an older version of it. It's got a little bit more of a slope to it on these sides. How's the fan feel? That's the one question. Motor stops feel good. Yeah, the stops feel good, so that fan's not busted at all. The capacitors are all solid capacitors. Yeah, there's no hidden vents on top of them. Yep, all solid capacitor. I think that right there is a filter choke. I think these are some more filter chokes down here. Looks good to me. It looks like these older models take 2-pin fan connectors. That's interesting. My 512 meg takes a 4-pin fan connector. Yeah, there you have it. And it looks like there's goop or something. I don't know what that is. Some crap on top of that MOSFET right there. Alright. Let's move this box. And take the old card out. And of course, there's that 8800 GT with the worst cooler I've ever had the displeasure of using in my life. This cooler is balls. This is actually a really good card. You just have to put a third-party cooler on it to be of any use to you without burning up and melting the solder on the GPU under there. The solder points look pretty good to me under there right now, so, but I can't see all of them. Replacing that with a much smaller, less hefty graphics card, but this graphics card packs a punch. It's the same thing as I have upstairs, but you know, as you can see. Different kind. This wire is going to get in the way. Really get in the way. So we're going to stick that in there, and then we're going to test it out. Okay, the card's been installed. Now the real question is, does it work? Well, let's turn the power supply on and find out. Alright. Hear her roar. I can hear the graphics card fan. Seems rather loud. The card does appear to work. Hopefully, fairly decently well. So I'll sit down for this. Watch the hard drive chug along down there. And it's logging in. Look at how big that resolution is. That's ridiculous. But that's because the drivers aren't installed yet. Now, one thing you got to remember with these recertified cards is that they typically don't come with the driver discs. So, lull update to Flash Player. Okay, this 8800 GT is just getting in my way. Okay, install. I don't care. Flash Player's been updated now. Go figure. There it goes. Apparently this thing's getting in my face about something. Shut up. Just install, damn it. There. Shut up, Flash Player. Your device is ready to use. Alright. Now, what do? What do you do when you don't have the drivers? You either download them from the website, or you can get them from Windows Update. Now, from using the GT240 in the past, the drivers from Windows Update are fine, because the latest ones that I've tried, at least in this point in time, have been a little screwed up. For example, my friend Jim's computer, there was an issue with code 43 errors. Now this will now this had updated this or downloaded this before, so I assume it's just installing it. Since it's creating a restore point, we can get rid of this ugly basic theme. This is just disgusting. I mean, it doesn't even have space to fit all my tray icons. It's funny. There it goes. And the hard drive chugs away. We'll be able to see what happens. Done installing the drivers, now we just got to restart for it to work. And this is the true test to see if the card works. Now the card looked fairly shiny, so it looked like it was in good condition. And we're at big resolution now, so hooray for that. Yay, Model M. Clicky clicky. And there we have it. Full resolution again. This card appears to work, which is good news. Hooray for recertified parts working. And recertified pretty much means refurbished, or somebody returned the card because they didn't like it or for whatever reason. The card still works and they returned it. Probably a pain in the ass to the company who sells this stuff, but it's kind of necessary to have that option, because it does make some money in the end. Let's move all those gadgets back over there, and we will do a properties. There you have it. These are the specs of my system. A Pentium dual-core E5400 at 2.7 gigahertz, 4 gigabytes of DDR2 800 RAM, and then, of course, I'm running 64-bit Windows. And we'll go to Device Manager, just to see if it picked it up. GT240, there you have it. Also, I'm running Windows 7 Professional Service Pack 1, so there you have it. And we will test this with, well, first we'll use Extreme Tuner to see how the card's behaving. behaving very similarly to the other card I had, where it's behaving very similarly to the 512 meg card I have of this, where it downclocks the GPU and everything when you're not really using 3D a whole lot, and then it ups it to 550 and all the rest of that shit when it is using it, which is good for saving power and keeping the card nice and cool, along with the rest of your components. I think the first test I'm going to do is Minecraft. Lol. Alright, let's connect to my local server here. That's pretty smooth motion there, I like it. There's still a little bit of tearing, but that's because this wood tends to do that in Minecraft. Other than that, the motion is pretty fluid. And now the real test. We'll do 3D Mark 06. And of course it changes the scheme to Windows Basic for that. Or, yeah. The non-Aero Windows theme. Go 3D Mark, go! And of course this is the correct resolution this time, which is nice. Run 3D Mark. Let's do this. And here it goes. Let's check the frames here. 56 frames. It's getting pretty... not too bad of frames, but you know, obviously not as good as some other cards. But as you can see, there's a lot less tearing with this card than with the underclocked 8800 GT. I'll tell you that. And 3D Mark 06, as you can see, it kind of they put graphics on here that show off lighting and things like that, and then of course they show off the frames, each frame one by one. A guy comes in with a huge gun in here that just makes things go crazy. Yeah, the card doesn't lag at all. Everything looks perfect. See, there's the guy with the big gun. Now watch this lighting. This is a huge lighting test right here. See all that? White balance, white balance. It still gets not too bad of frames. Now, frames don't really matter for shit on a graphics card. What you really want is smoothness and for it to look good. You want the motion to be very smooth rather than just to have like 10,000 frames or whatever. Frames don't really matter as much as where those frames lie in conjunction with your monitor. "19 frames, 16, 15, 28, 44, 42, 41, 40, 41, 44, 46. So the frames are a little bit less than the 8800 GT, but it's not to the point where it's ridiculous. It's still pretty tolerable. So all in all, not that bad. It really ain't that bad. I give this a thumbs up. I say I bought the card works, end of story, bye-bye, see you later. So yeah, hopefully I'll be happy with this card. I'll have to give it a few test runs and put it through the paces and all that fun stuff, and other than that, have a good one everybody. Ciao.